What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Mandalorian Season 3, Episode number 6. This is flying by. We only have 3 episodes. When we're done with this, there'll only be 2 episodes left in this season. And that kind of like made me feel kind of funny. I don't know. I feel like the season has been kind of all over the place in terms of the story that's being told.
A little bit.
The action and the fun level of this season has been off the charts.
Yes.
The amount of fights and battles and just, it's been fun. And I think that's always one of the most important words to use when you're talking about Star Wars. It's supposed to be fun.
Yes.
And it's definitely been a lot of fun. And there were a couple things that went down this last episode where I don't know if I'm alone, but I was expecting a couple big things to happen. So the Armorer and Bo had a conversation after their big fight on Navarro, and it's cool that they finally get a home base. Essentially, they don't have to hide anymore. And the conversation with the Armorer was basically like, you're going to be the one, Bo, who's going to unite the Mandalorians. Take off your helmet, go do your thing. In that moment, this is one of those things. I don't know if y'all thought this was happening too. I felt like we were going to get an Armorer reveal.
That would be cool.
I felt like she was going to take her helmet off and reveal who she is to everyone, but it didn't happen. I'm sure that'll come at some point. I hope it comes at some point. And then the other really big thing is when Bo came walking out with her helmet off and everyone was kind of just like, what the hell? What's going on?
Yeah.
And they announced what happened. I was expecting a Bo Din challenge. Mm-hmm. I was expecting Bo to challenge Din for the saber. And the way Paz was like looking, like, it's really hard because they have helmets on, so you don't really see expressions
You don't, but you do.
They're really good with their body language.
Yes.
But like I was trying to read what he was thinking, and I don't know if I got a vibe. I think I saw a comment about this that someone was expecting him to pull his helmet off, but I don't think that's the way. I don't think he'll do that. But I got the vibe that
it's not the way.
I got the vibe the way he looked at Bo and Din, like Din kind of gave him a nod that something was going down. So I don't know, but this is fascinating. Just the fact that we're getting more evolution with the Mandalorians. Mm-hmm. I feel like we're on a really good track in terms of where we're going with the story of the leadership, getting the Mandalorians together, hopefully building back Mandalore at some point, which I think is really cool. But yeah, I was totally expecting the challenge to take place in that moment. But
no, not allowed.
It's going to happen at some point, I would imagine. If that's what Bo wants, and I mean, I think it is still what Bo wants.
But does Mando want that? Does he want to be the leader? I don't think that he does. I think he wants to go off and do whatever he wants.
Yeah, but there's still protocol in terms of the Darksaber, and you just got to follow certain protocol.
Just be like, just take it.
I don't know. Like that happened
this.
in the past, like in Rebels, which we'll talk about that in a second. That did happen in Rebels where she accepted the saber from, I believe it was Sabine. But yeah, like that's happened before, so I mean, I guess.
Or do you have to like fight to the? You don't have to fight to the death, right? You just have to be able to.
The person just has to yield in battle, like legitimately. Apparently,
just take one swing and be like, "Here you go. I don't want this. You got this."
But also, is that Din's way of not doing something legitimate? Like, kind of just.
I mean, I get it.
I don't know. I think that's going to be an interesting story to continue. I assume it's going to continue through this season, just because we only have a handful left. Another really crazy thing that went down, we finally got confirmation of Moff Gideon and his escape and who freed him, who attacked that ship and released him. There was some Beskar found in the ship, and it wasn't... Unless it was Bo's rogue crew that used to be with her that's now just kind of scattered, unless it was them attacking the ship and pulling him out, I don't think it was Mandalorian related. It was probably some of his droids that we saw in Season 2. I hope it has something to do with Thrawn at some point. Just... I feel like Moff Gideon is definitely working for Thrawn. Like, that's where my mind is at right now. You guys discussed that. But yeah, it was teased that Moff Gideon escaped. I hope we see him soon because, again, amazing actor, fantastic character in this universe. He's a really good villain. And just seeing where that story goes and how that unfolds, very curious to see where it goes and who actually rescued him and got him out of there, because that was a pretty dope scene. It was very eerie, very spooky. Very, like, alien-esque, kind of, walking through that just deserted, dead ship. Very cool. I thought it was very well done. And then, of course, the moment that everyone was super excited about, and I actually tweeted about this on my personal account, how jealous I am that everyone was so excited about Zeb. And, you know, it's one of those things where I have watched Rebels. I love Rebels. I think it's a fantastic show. I've seen most of the Clone Wars, not every episode of the Clone Wars. I've seen the last season of Clone Wars, which those last like 4 episodes I think were amazing. It's just one of those things where I recognize Zeb, but then I didn't recognize Zeb, but I couldn't remember his damn name. And like my reaction was like, you guys got to see my like wheels turning face. That was me trying to be like, what the fuck was his name? What the fuck was his name? Like, that was me thinking. And I just couldn't pinpoint it. And with the exception of like a small handful of animated characters, I'm probably not going to jump out of my seat for them. Just because the animated content, like most animated content, just doesn't land for me the same way as live action.
If you jumped out of your seat for a character, I would be shocked.
I mean,
because that literally never happened.
I got really excited when we saw Ahsoka for the first time in live action. It was cool to see Bo live action. I'll get really excited to see Ezra, who's another Rebels character. If we get Cal Kestis,
I know who Ezra is. Yeah. I know that one.
If we get Cal Kestis live action, that'll make me really, really excited. I'll probably geek out for that. But outside of that, there aren't a ton of the animated characters. I just don't have that same connection. And that's why I was jealous, because y'all were so excited. The internet was like blowing up and like Twitter was going crazy. Like, I'm like, yeah, Zeb, cool. It was him. And
I love the, the whole getup.
Oh, he looked fantastic.
It was so good.
He looked fantastic. They did a great job with his look. I thought it was just one of the better live action alien looks that we've seen. I thought he looked excellent. And that's the other thing with live action versus animation. You see a character from an animated show, and if they never like say his name, you never really know if it's him, even though they look similar, just because the animation never fully looks the same as the live action. So it's sometimes hard to kind of like, yeah, that's him kind of thing. But he was in the credits and it was confirmed. But yeah, that was really cool. He looked fantastic, and I love the nod, because I really do need to rewatch Rebels, because they're clearly hitting on a lot of that. And I just need my refresher, because it's been so long. And it's one of those things kind of out of sight, out of mind in terms of like the smaller aspects of the show. But Rebels was fantastic. I love it. I watch many aspects of it over and over, specifically Maul, Obi-Wan, Vader, Ahsoka, and the stuff with Ezra. And yeah, there's a lot of really good stuff in there. So yeah, but here we go. This is The Mandalorian. You ready for the next episode?
Yep.
Let's go.
So oh, I was like, martini?
Get fed in the back to tank. Okay.
Look like fit.
Empire,
Empire, apasa para habita.
Että jätetti saktimat mara.
Obushunu bayayabro.
This is cool. That's cool.
We are a peaceful corn freighter making our way to do business in the Mid-Rim, and were unaware of any local warlords that required payment.
We are not Imperial. We are Mandalorian.
Oh.
And sadly, you're too late to hire us. You see, we've been commissioned to track you down, Captain Shuggoth.
That's Bo's crew. Mm-hmm. It's nice to see Sasha Banks there. No, that's not her name anymore.
We're privateers.
Individuals for hire. The price is high, but we are very good at what we do. We were already hired by a certain Mon Calamari viceroy who has reason to believe you absconded with her son.
I won't go. We love each other.
Let's make this quick. We've got a contract waiting for us on Plaisir 15.
You have to go with them.
No, I love you.
I can't destroy everything I've built for a childish fling.
Is that all this was to you?
But you need to go. We knew fate was not on our side.
Who cares about fate? I love you.
And I will always love you.
Aww. Romeo and Juliet.
I'll see you again.
It's a long ride home.
I thought Mandalorians were honorable.
We are, kid. All it takes is a few credits.
That's sad. But kind of
That was
funny.
ridiculous. I wonder if it's a tease that that's the crew that, maybe it was a job for hire to go get Moff Gideon.
There they are.
That's quite a fleet.
It took me a long time to assemble it. Most of it was captured from the Empire.
I knew they looked familiar. Could come in real handy taking back Mandalore.
Axe Woves is their leader now. It's going to take some convincing to get them to join us.
Welcome to Plaisir 15, the Outer Rim's only remaining direct democracy. Engaging automated guidance.
What happened?
They've taken control of the ship. I guess we're going for a ride.
Grogu's happy.
He's like, yeah, let's go for a ride.
It's a beautiful looking Outer Rim city. Jeez. Looks nice.
This is interesting.
Oh. They look nice in black.
Please proceed to your Hyperloop pod.
Why do they have Imperial droids on an independent world?
It's the Outer Rim. Your guess is as good as mine.
Does this feel sketchy to you?
Yeah. I would never feel comfortable when a plan doesn't go according to what they want. Their element of surprise is definitely gone at this point.
Din Djarin and Bo-Katan Kryze, your presence has been requested by the leadership of the Planetary Democracy.
I'm afraid we have more pressing matters. Perhaps at a later time.
Please do not attempt to leave the vehicle. This is not a request.
Okay.
Oh.
That is cool.
I've never been here before. Have you?
I haven't even heard of it. Do you think we're gonna have to blast our way out of here?
We'll find out.
That's what it feels like.
Join us! Come! It's a party! Come!
Is that Jack Black, motherfucker? What?
I hope you like secretions. Take a little sip. Come, please.
Is that Lizzo too? Shit. The whole party. Damn. All right. Or should I say it's about damn time?
A facilities planning officer during the war, and thanks to the New Republic amnesty program, I was able to help rebuild Plaisir 15.
You were Imperial?
He was. Plaisir suffered greatly under Imperial rule.
That beard is epic.
He oversaw the rebuilding of this planet on which my family served as nobility since it was originally settled, and we fell in love. Could I perhaps hold the baby?
He doesn't take kindly to strangers.
Oh, shit.
Fastest way to Grogu's heart is through his belly.
Mm-hmm.
The Mandalorian privateer warships docked in your field?
Oh, we hire them for protection. Our charter forbids us from having a military because of my husband's Imperial past.
But because of this, all of our resources go to growth and the people.
I'd like to speak to these privateers.
There is just one condition. You really must see the view.
That seems real sketch.
This might be a hot take. I don't know if it is, but I can't stand Jack Black.
You really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love him.
There's some things I like, but overall,
a droid problem.
Not a huge
What kind of droid problem?
Malfunction.
A coordinated malfunction.
I love the outfits so much.
What kind of malfunction?
Unexpected power cycles, deleted task stacks.
Then it got worse.
Traffic accidents, heavy equipment failures leading to injury.
Assault?
Respectfully, what does this have to do with us?
Our constables are ill-equipped to confront battle droids.
Former battle droids. They've been rehabilitated for civic duty.
You want us to eliminate your droid problem?
Exactly.
I am not a mercenary.
Apologies if that is the impression I gave. What I intended to
Grogu.
Plaisir 15 would formally recognize Mandalore as a sovereign system and petition the New Republic to recognize it as such.
The mercenary captain, Axe Woves, indicated that he split from you because you had designs on ruling Mandalore once again.
Those plans have been abandoned.
Oh.
What do you think?
You had me at battle droids.
Okay.
Droids are all reprogrammed to serve the community from the stockpile of captured Imperial robots scheduled to be scrapped.
Doc Brown.
Oh shit, it is.
Droids reprogramming was a complete success.
Got a gun into 88, man.
One day, an isolated event.
Oh, I love him. He's fantastic. Especially in Nobody.
And then others.
The movie Nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody knows.
Oh, look at those dumbass droids.
This is just a small collection of malfunctions that our security cameras caught.
Oh, Oh my god. He was trying to get it to 88! Doc? Oh god.
I am Bo-Katan Kryze. Which one of you is in charge?
This is the way.
We were sent on behalf of the Duchess and Captain Bombardier to help you with your droid problem. Hello?
I am Mandalorian Din Djarin, friend of Ugnaught Kuiil. You will answer our questions and help us with our task. I have spoken.
I have spoken. Yeah, nice callback.
We were engaged to hunt down and eliminate the malfunctioning droids.
There are no such droids.
Your droids are wreaking havoc in the world above.
I assure you, the droids are not malfunctioning.
Citizens have been harmed.
This is not the case. I have spoken.
We know that Ugnaughts are considered the hardest working species in the galaxy. We will investigate the dangerous incidents. We would appreciate your help.
I feel like there's something more, like they're purposefully making them misbehave.
Yeah, they're not malfunctioning if that's how they were programmed.
Right. So they build the droids, do they also program the droids?
They're reprogramming them.
Accusing the work of malfunctioning is an insult.
Oh, well, shit.
They've indicated that there's a likelihood that the next event will be at the loading docks.
Well, it's the only lead we've got, so we might as well have a look around.
This is one hell of a side mission.
Yeah.
It's like they showed up here to do a specific thing and they got roped into taking care of their droid problem.
Yeah, but at least they're getting a babysitter for Grogu. Lizzo's
Yeah.
babysitting the baby.
Since the Clone Wars.
Super battle droids.
Any of them look suspicious?
They all look suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
This is a restricted area. Show me your identification, please.
Roger, roger.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Why is that?
Their base function was warfare.
I thought they were just checked out.
They were. Sir? Sir?
Oh, bitch.
He's had it. That's it. Fuck this place. I'm out.
Damn, he's fast, too.
Fast as fuck, boy. That droid's like, I am so sick of carrying everybody's shit. I'm out. Run, droid, run! Sorry, is it bad that I'm on the droid side in this?
I mean, it's a super battle droid that has probably killed a shit ton of them.
Oh, God.
I didn't recall them being able to run so swiftly. Is that part of their new programming?
They definitely skip leg day. Just wrecking shit, though. We ain't gotta do that. Oh, goddamn. Fucking watch out!
Heads up!
Keep going.
He's a jetpack.
That's what I was just about to say that. Like, don't they realize that? I don't know if Din has his on, but Bo definitely does. I'm like, just hit the freaking jetpack and just fly after it.
I found a spark pad. The resistor.
Sounds like a droid bar.
And there's an address.
How stupid are you? On the shit that you created to make a droid go bad, you put your name and address. What the actual... We're gonna get down in the club right now. Yeah, buddy, we're drinking. Oh, look, IV. Oh, you're cut off. He just got cut off. You can't drink anymore. You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here, bud. This is hilarious. That is the coolest C-3PO I've ever seen.
Protocol droid.
Whatever. Casual fan. C-3PO.
That spark pad was found on a rogue battle droid.
We give out lots of spark pads. What are you getting at?
There has been a string of malfunctions that all point to this oil can.
We are in full compliance with planetary hierarchical.
If you don't start answering questions, I'll yank your memory circuit and dissect it back at the lab.
Oh, shit.
Nobody leaves.
Oh, just kidding. He is cool. Look at the color of him. He's fantastic. Was it holographic? Jeez.
You're wasting your time. You can't reason with droids.
Just because the malfunctioning droids happen to visit here doesn't mean that this one is in on it.
There are concerns among my customers that we will be replaced.
By what?
Humans. Some droids on Plaisir date back to the Separatists.
The New Republic would send them to scrap, but here on Plaisir they are given a second chance.
We don't want to be replaced. We still have a lot to contribute.
Din's reverting back to his droid hate.
Yeah.
Here, droids are served nepenthe. It is a viscous lubricant that protects against mechanical wear while delivering program-refreshing subparticles. It seems the malfunctioning droids all imbibed from the same batch of nepenthe.
So they're being drugged.
We're looking for programming subparticles.
Let me isolate them. The particles are definitely present.
Oh, what?
Oh my god.
They're still active.
Clearly. Shit.
These are the subparticles. They're actually nanodroids.
How did nanodroids get into the nepenthe?
What's that?
The striations, an aberration in the metal, probably malleability limitations at this scale.
It's writing.
Uh-oh.
They were originally manufactured by the Techno Union, been in cold storage for ages. Chain title says it didn't arrive on Plaisir through droid acquisitions. They were requisitioned by the security office.
Is that unusual?
It's illegal. These droids were ordered by an individual, our head of security.
Mm-hmm.
Commissioner Hellgate.
Damn it, Doc.
Starting some stuff. Great. Is he worried about being replaced by a droid then?
They didn't malfunction. You programmed them to disrupt an attack.
Everyone freeze! If I trigger this failsafe, it will convert the planet's docile workforce back into battle droids.
Give yourself up.
I never give up. I didn't give up to the corrupt Republic. I didn't give up to the Empire. And I won't give up to you.
You're a separatist.
I support democracy. Count Dooku was a visionary.
Dooku,
He was cut short in his prime by the Jedi and forces.
Politics.
You will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep.
Did Grogu help?
I think that's cheating. He used the Force.
We found the cause of your malfunctions.
Despicable. If that isn't the Quacta calling the stifling slimy.
I had a feeling you hated me.
I am sorry to have disappointed you, my lady.
As for now, you must live in exile on the moon of Paraquat. And as for you, Lady Bo-Katan Kryze and Din Djarin of Concordia, I grant you audience with our deployment of Mandalorian privateers. I also give to you both our highest honor, the key to Plaisir.
Ooh, fancy. Key to the city.
It's cool. Can I get this in a smaller size?
And to this little one, I grant knighthood.
Oh, slow down with that knife, girl.
You are now a knight of the Ancient Order of Independent Regencies. Go in peace, brave travelers.
I love that he's holding onto her dress. It's like the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Grogu a knight?
Aww, bye, buddy.
Is this where the challenge comes? Is she gonna challenge him right now?
I mean, it would be like a good setting because it would be in front of her former crew and to be like, hey, look, I'm awesome still.
Have you come back to join the mercenaries?
I've come to reclaim my fleet.
It's no longer your fleet. I'm now in command and grown quite fond of it.
Then I challenge you.
Oh.
Oh, she's challenging him to get her fleet back.
Do you accept my challenge?
I do.
Oh, shit.
Shit's about to go down.
Oh. There's no, like, ready, go?
No, just go.
Oh, shit.
With the jetpack.
Jetpack flying tackle.
Would that then be considered a Superman punch for real?
Oh, shit. Don't blow up your fleet. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
This is fantastic.
Dude, the Mando fights are the best. Oh, shit.
You'll never be the true leader of our people. You won't even take the dark saber from him. He's the one you should be challenging.
Uh-oh.
I like how he thinks that she's not worthy, but he is, even though he doesn't have the saber.
A misguided zealot possesses the blade. One, I might add, who has not one drop of Mandalorian blood in his veins.
Din Djarin took the creed and chose to walk the way, just as our ancestors did. He is every bit the Mandalorian that they were, certainly as much as any of us.
But according to our ways, the ruler of Mandalore must possess the dark saber.
Then she shall have it. This belongs to you.
It's not a gift to be given, no matter how well intended.
It's not a gift.
Oh.
While exploring Mandalore, I was captured, and this blade was taken from me. Bo-Katan rescued me and slayed my captor. She defeated the enemy that defeated me.
I guess that does work.
Would this blade then not belong to her?
It would.
Alright, okay, then we don't have to fight. Cool. Or unless they want to see a fight.
I mean...
Oh, that's nice.
Return this blade to its rightful owner.
I knew Din didn't really want to lead anything. Honestly, she's better at wielding it than he is.
You
I'm
had to
sorry.
learn. The best leaders are the ones who don't want it, generally.
I think he's a good backup. See, she's been the leader without even having to try that hard. I really loved that.
Oh, that was the Bryce Dallas Howard episode. I mean, it goes back to what I talked about in the intro. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was a fun episode. Like, there was a lot of really silly shit in there. But
like, I didn't
overall,
understand the love part in the beginning.
That was very weird. It was just a way to... I feel like they just did something goofy to show that Bo's crew was still out there doing things. And that they were basically hired mercenaries for jobs. But
okay.
I mean,
okay,
just
to insert them back into the episode.
I don't think anything's going to come of that love separation.
Okay.
Like, I think it was just a funny, goofy story element that they just added.
Well, I loved it because the costume and makeup were fucking awesome.
Yeah. Overall, like, it was fun. With 2 episodes left, so with me, for you who do know, for those who don't know, like, I don't just watch Star Wars for the fun. I watch Star Wars for the really good storytelling. And I feel like this season's been kind of all over the map in terms of the story. It's like we've had multiple episodes where, like, it starts one place and then the ending's, like, really important and cool. And that was essentially this episode too. Like, the mission, and Mando's always been a very episodic, mission-based show. That's always been the focus. We've always had these, like, side missions that Din and Grogu would have to go on. But the overall story was always kind of the same thing. And this season, I thought it was going to all be focused about going back to Mandalore, building up Mandalore, and getting the Mandalorians back together. And 2 episodes left. I guess Bo got a bunch of Mandos to join the cause.
Yeah.
And
I think, anyway.
I don't know how I feel about the scenario with Din giving up the saber.
I liked it. I appreciated it because you know that he didn't really want it.
Yeah, that's like that aspect of it's fine.
But he
the
also
fact
didn't
that
want to fight her.
But the fact that like some random droid monster at Mandalore like sneak attacked him, disarmed him, and then she shows up and kills that monster. It's like you didn't defeat Din, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
She defeated the monster
that defeated him.
Yes,
I get that.
I know it's not the glorious fight that you wanted.
There were so many questions after that episode where it's like, oh, does that mean that she? And I was like, no. And I saw other people who have a vast knowledge of Star Wars more than I do, who were like, no, that's not how it goes. That's not the way. But obviously, yeah, I guess it is the way that is how it could work.
But do you think that people are going to be really upset about this?
Probably. I would imagine.
Sorry.
I mean, it's Star Wars, and
just do not take it out on the actors. Okay,
well, yeah.
Not their fault.
I mean, people get very upset about Star Wars in general. I thought it was a fun episode. Again, it's not driving the story as I would want, and it's just the fact, like, if this was like 14 or 15 episode season, or even 10 episode season, sure, but we have 2 left. And I feel like they're going to have to really, really put the pedal to the metal for these last 2 episodes. And that worries me because I don't want it to be rushed. And I mean,
question.
Okay.
Do you think that they just kind of, in the nicest way possible, dumb it down so that this is more...
No.
So that it gets more people into Star Wars?
No, because I think The Mandalorian has always had that level of element to where it appeals to the casual. I mean, that's what Grogu is. And
I mean, it worked for me. It worked.
There's obviously a lot of callbacks, and hardcore Star Wars fans will notice certain things. But I think overall, this show is very geared towards casual Star Wars fans because Din's a brand new character developed through this show. Grogu's a brand new character developed through this show. Obviously, Bo has a history in other content, and the Mandalorians obviously have a lot of history in other content. But the core of the story is Din and Grogu. And I mean, I feel like it's kind of drifted away from them a bit. Like Grogu was barely in this episode, and a lot of the focus was
living his best life with Lizzo. Hello,
he was having a good time. Yeah, it definitely feels like the show has shifted to more Bo focused. But again, the show is called The Mandalorian. The show's not called Din Djarin. The show's not called Grogu. Like, it's The Mandalorian, so...
It's about Mandalorians.
Right, and The Mandalorian, it could shift and change and, like, regardless if you like that or not, because I love Pedro and I love Din. I think he's an amazing character.
I think we all love Pedro, don't we?
And it's just one of those things where maybe a little bit of expectations were kind of shifted a little bit, but, I mean, it makes sense for Bo to be in this story. It makes sense for her to have this drive and want to be the Queen of Mandalore and the one leading. It makes sense that she would have a passion to get the saber back. It all makes sense. It's just a matter of how they've kind of weaved the story through. And I almost was hoping that it was all Mandalorians this season with the way season 2 ended. And obviously, I think a part of the hiccup has to do with the Book of Boba Fett episodes. I think a lot of that probably would have been in this season if it wasn't for the Book of Boba Fett episodes. So I think it's just kind of, I don't want to say disjointed is the right word because that feels kind of harsh, but it just, in terms of the story flow, I feel like it's just a little bit all over the place right now. And yeah, story is my number one favorite thing when it comes to Star Wars. It's my main issue with the sequels. It's just the story is not cohesive from start to finish. It's why I love the prequels, because regardless of what the complaints are about those movies, from start to finish, the story is cohesive, and obviously the original trilogy is my favorite thing of all time. It's just this season 1 and season 2 felt clear. Mm-hmm. The story was Grogu, Din, and then getting Grogu to his kind, to his people, and then the handoff to Luke, and then the episodes happened in Book of Boba Fett, and it felt like, okay, well, what do we do now? When I for sure 100% thought the focus was all going to be about getting the Mandalorians together, building them back up, and getting to Mandalore. Like, we got to Mandalore like 3 episodes ago. I don't know if that's how many, but...
Feels like it.
But yeah, it's just one of those things where we still don't have a conclusion to the Moff Gideon stuff. I don't feel like we're that much closer to Mandalore, even though Bo showed up, got her crew back, and I assume they're going to get their fleet and bring it back to Navarro, and they could start building there, and then maybe get some people to go to Mandalore. But yeah, I don't know. I thought I thought all these episodes have been really fun. And again, that's the core of Star Wars. It should be fun. I'm just, maybe a little too much of a stickler for story, and that's just probably more of a me problem than anything else.
I feel like you want something more intense that's not just for the casual fan, but like, I don't know, just more intense, more
I don't know if intense
dramatic.
is the right word. I want the story to flow. And I feel like this season the story has kind of been like IG-11, and we got to go do this, and then we got to go do that, and it's like, oh, and here's this Pershing episode that we haven't even gone back to at this point. And it's just, there's been a lot of elements that have been kind of jumping all over the place. And again, like, this is a very vast galaxy. There's a lot of shit going on with the New Republic, and, obviously the First Order at some point is going to come up. We had a lot of cloning stuff that has been a very key focus to this show as well. It just felt like that was inserted, and then it's kind of been forgotten about, and that's kind of the stuff I talk about. Like, I want it to flow within the story. Like, all the cloning stuff that happened earlier in this show, it was all linked to Grogu. So the fact that there was a chase for Grogu and he was being apprehended and Din had to protect him while he was still trying to get this mission done with Grogu, like, that all flowed together because it was directly connected to our main characters. And like, that Pershing episode felt like, again, it was a good episode. It was enjoyable for the story and the visuals and kind of getting a little more context of the world. But again, like, within this story, it just felt out of place and didn't necessarily connect to the main story. And yeah, I just want it to flow. Like, that's my whole thing. I just want stuff to flow. And again, it's usually a me problem when it comes to Star Wars and how serious I take the story. And I understand that and I accept that. But bottom line, it's fun. This has been a fun season. And the action has been awesome. That bow fight at the end was so cool. Watching them like fly tackle each other.
I did love that.
Like, the Mandalorians have so many gadgets on
I
their,
love that.
That is so much fun to watch them use that in a fight and not actually like kill each other.
And I loved the shield of very Captain
He shoots
America.
fire. She has a shield. Like, yeah. Like, I love their gadgets and I love when they fight. And that's why I've kind of wanted more Mandalorian this season. Yeah. Like, the moment we shifted to, like, oh, hey, we won, and this whole battle was over, and now we've got the Darksaber back in a Mandalorian's hand. Like, that's why I've wanted more The Mandalorians are amazing, and they've done a great job with them in live action. So, yeah.
We have a Mandalorian flag, but
haven't hung it yet.
It's up, but it's to the side because we need to figure out how to.
We're gonna pull down the Stark banner and put the.
It will be up there, and I have my Grogu blanket, which thank you guys so much for sending us stuff. You guys are awesome.
Absolutely.
Everything that we have in our background and in our streaming room has all been provided by the amazing community. So thank you guys so much for that. But just know that they are up.
It's there.
Ish.
For sure. So yeah, overall, like, you guys obviously leave all your thoughts. Continue to be nice to each other. Let's have civil discussions about...
Respectful.
Like, it's okay to not like something, and it's okay to love something. Just let people like stuff, let people not like stuff, and just, have free conversations and be nice to each other. Because at the end of the day, we're all Star Wars fans, and
that's
again,
the best part,
it's about
the difference of opinion.
Yeah. It's all about having fun. And again, this was a fun episode despite my critiques of the overall story of the season. But yeah. Anything else?
No.
All right, y'all. Leave your comments. We'll see you later for the next one. Have a good one. Bye.